prey simulation where we're going to be looking at the amount of bunnies and the amount of wolves in a meadow. So we have our meadow right here. What season do you think it is? Andrew? Let's see. It's winter, right? So we have our meadow right here. So this is where our game is going to take place. It's going to take place on our meadow. And I've got some little cards that have rabbits on them. These rabbits are obviously snowshoe hares because they're white, right? And then I've got some albino wolves, which is nice. Actually, Mr. Joseph will let us print the color. So we've got our bunnies and we have our wolves. And what we're going to be doing is playing a little game type thing where we want to be looking at how many wolves can survive in the meadow and how many bunnies can survive in the meadow. And obviously they're kind of closely related, right? The wolves are going to be eating the bunnies are the prey for the wolves. So I'm going to go over just a few quick rules about the game here, and then we'll show you how it works, okay? We're going to be recording all of our information on the Chromebooks. And I made this program so you don't even hardly have to think at all. I did that for Sam because he's not real good at thinking some days, right? So I've got our program. So bunnies are going to reproduce, wolves are going to reproduce. You're not going to have to do any math. It's going to tell you exactly how many bunnies and wolves there are in every generation, okay? So we're always going to start with 3 bunnies at least. So I'm just going to put 3 bunnies and kind of spread them out on my meadow kind of randomly. And I've got a wolf here, and the way the game works is you just kind of like drop the wolf on there, and we see if it eats any bunnies. If your wolf card is touching your bunny card, then this bunny got eaten. Okay? You guys clear so far? Pretty simple, right? Let's look at the spreadsheet real quick, and then I'll go over the rules. I know it looks like there's a lot of rules on the board, but it's pretty simple when we get going. Okay, if we take a look, we're going to do 20 rounds, so 20 generations. So that means the bunnies and the wolves are going to reproduce 20 different times. And we're all labeled round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down. We're going to start in here just looking at our top 3 cells here. It says bunnies to add in my meadow, 3. So I'm going to start with 3 bunnies in my meadow, which I have. It says total bunnies in the meadow. It says 3. It says there's a max of 75. So that 75 must be the blank for the meadow. Carrying capacity for the meadow. Good. Wolves to start with, 1. So all I want to do is I'm going to drop my wolf on there. I didn't catch any. So wolf number 1, bunnies caught. How many? 0. Big goose egg. So now I move on to generation 2. Since my bunnies live, they get to reproduce. So each bunny doubles. So I go bunnies to add 3. I already have 3 bunnies in my meadow. So I'm going to add 3 more. So how many bunnies do I have now? 6. Total bunnies in your meadow, 6. Wolves to start, 1. Drop this on again. Oh, I caught 1 bunny. That was lucky. So this bunny's dead, poor little guy. Wolves caught 1 bunny. Now if I take a look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So how many more do I add? 5, because each one reproduces. So bunnies to add, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? I'm just going to keep going like that. Couple rules here. If a wolf can catch 3 bunnies, then I get another wolf. So the wolf reproduces. So in the next round, I would have 2 wolves. So watch, if I go right here, bunnies caught, let's say he caught 3. I move over here. I had 10 bunnies, I caught 3, so that was 7. All 7 reproduced, giving me 14. Now I have 2 wolves, okay? This is an important thing here. Everybody listen real closely for a second. If I have 2 wolves, I have to record them in wolf 1 and wolf 2. Because if wolf 1 catches 1 bunny, he doesn't reproduce. If wolf 2 catches 2 bunnies, he doesn't reproduce. So instead of having 3 caught, I have 1 caught, no reproducing, 2 caught, no reproducing. Okay? Does that make sense? Let's say I ever end up with 0 wolves because they both die. Then we're going to say a new one comes along and says, oh look, a meadow. What a nice spot. See how he's walking backwards like that? He's trying to sneak in. So he sneaks his way back into the meadow. If I end up with less than 3 bunnies, we'll say a new one, these ones have to hop in. A new one comes hopping in. See how he's hopping? Logan, see that? Do you hear that? With both ears? I'm recording this, I can send this right to your mother.
I'm zooming in.
Yeah, that would be mad. Okay, so I want to make sure that I have 3 bunnies to start with, 1 wolf to start with every round, okay? You guys got the, who's got the idea behind the game, but you don't exactly get it, but you got the basic idea?
I'm a little confused. Don't rabbits have more than one offspring?
Yeah,
do.
they usually
also
have
more
like
than
a
one
million.
partner, that's correct. All right, let's take a look at some of this. This will clear up a few things. Number 1, 20 rounds. We're gonna need this finished up tomorrow. We'll get a good jump on it today. We'll finish tomorrow. Record each round on the Chromebook. That spreadsheet that I showed you is linked in Google Classroom. Okay, so we'll get going on that in a couple minutes. The Chromebook will tell you how to start the next round. If you're ever confused, just look at those top 3 cells. It'll say this many bunnies, this many wolves. You'll be good to go. Okay. The large paper is your meadow, so that'll be the meadow that you use. Here's the rules. Number 1, spread the bunnies out. You want to do it kind of randomly, just toss them out there. Don't like rearrange them, but just try to get them spread as best you can. Randomly drop the wolves, like with your eyes closed or just going like that. Don't aim. Okay, Logan Samantha, don't aim. Just kind of drop them like so and we should be good to go. If the wolf card touches the bunny card, it's eaten. Okay? One class or one person had a situation where they had a lot of bunnies. So there were a bunch and a lot of wolves. There were some bunnies under this wolf, and then this wolf was on top of that wolf. That doesn't mean that he got any bunnies. The only bunnies that would get this wolf, or that this wolf would get, would be ones that he's only touching. Okay, not like you can't double up on a bunny. Okay, you're not sharing. All right. All remaining bunnies reproduce, so you add 1 for each survivor. We talked about that a little bit. You need to start each round with at least 3 bunnies, with a maximum of 75, and the wolf needs to eat 3 bunnies to survive. Okay? Remember, if you end up with 0 wolves, a new one migrates in. So like 1 wolf per round. Wolf reproduces if it eats 3 bunnies. So if I eat 3 bunnies, I get 1 more wolf. If I get 6 bunnies, I get 2 more wolves. If I eat 9 bunnies, I get 3 more wolves, and so on. Okay? Make sense? As far as your roles then, you guys are going to be working with your lab groups. Every lab group has either 3 or 4 people in it, which is good. So there are 4 jobs, okay? Job number 1, the data manager. That person has a Chromebook. So you get the Chromebook, you log on to Google Classroom, and from there, you open up the spreadsheet. Listen, you guys need to be listening right now, hang on. As soon as you open the spreadsheet, you've got 2 jobs. Make a copy, because it'll be read-only, and you need to share it with your group members. If you're not here tomorrow, I am going to log on to your account and share it with your group members, and I'll probably like send emails to girls or boys and like say weird things about you. Okay, so I'll have your email in there. Number 2, wolf manager. Your job is to randomly drop the wolves, so I'm like the predator. Bunny manager randomly spreads out the bunnies. If you have a 4th person in your group, make them the materials person. So as this goes on a little further and you need 15 more bunnies, I'll be the one handing out the bunnies, I'll be the one handing out the wolves and things like that. Okay? What questions do you have? All right, those of you guys watching on video in 8th hour,